Wait. Hello!
Oh boy.
Time for the next Gearboxed! Woo! I really like their little logo they got.
Dong.
Alright.
Oh.
We've been through this.
Alright.
We're on Cherul! Cherul Boytho! Yay! He's such a baby.
Boy.
He's got like such poofy hair.
Oh
You know
boy.
what I mean?
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh man, I won't be able to. I know it is. We won't be able to hear his music.
Nope.
You should turn it up so we can hear it.
Oh.
And then we can turn it back down.
You're dumb.
It's probably not playing yet, but just turn it up for now.
Not.
Okay. Alright, making your way downtown, walking fast, thinking about meeting some new friends as usual. You can really never have too many friends, and tonight feels like a perfect night for it.
I guess I'll go through the text for you.
Oh yes. The air is crisp and warm. There's none of those acid rain clouds in sight, and both the moons are full and luminous. You're on... Oh, I'm stretching. You're on what you've come to recognize as the middle to lower caste neighborhood, based on the friends you've met around here, and the general way the buildings look. That suits you fine, because honestly, some of the more stable people you've met have been around that category. The Midbloods in particular all seem to be the most level-headed of the people you've met, and you do see quite a few teal and olive-tinted houses. You wonder if there's a book hive around here. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to see a familiar face or meet a new friend there.
Oh.
It begins.
Oh god.
You can do it.
Am I really doing this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, that's too bad. It has to be at least comprehensible.
How?
Oh my god. Go ahead. Before you can try to find one, you suddenly hear a voice. You look across the way to see a boy walking towards you and waving, a bright smile on his face. He's a ways off, but you think you can recognize some teal fabric across his face.
It's okay, there's subtitles.
Is he dressed up like a superhero? He seems really friendly, at least. Could you have stumbled across a potential new friend already? You start to wave in response, but he glances away momentarily. And when he looks back, the expression on his face has changed. He suddenly starts racing towards you and screaming, waving his arms like a madman. Oh, okay. What the hell did you do to aggravate him? He's cupped his hands around his mouth like a megaphone, and shouting something you can't quite understand from so far away. You met a few eccentric teals in your time, but you've never seen one act quite this capricious before. You're not sure if he's upset or just suddenly hyper. You run away. Oh. What the hell is that noise? Yeah, you've dealt with enough randomly violent trolls in your time here. You don't really feel like trying to see what another one's deal is tonight. Maybe this isn't such a hot night for meeting new friends after all. You decide to make a break for it, trying to get as far away from this crazy guy as possible. You can hear his voice getting farther and farther away, mixing with the general soundscape of the town and some kind of jet noises?
Drone time. Ooh.
Okay, so he was trying to rescue us. Maybe all your crazy death dodging on this planet is starting to pay off and make you more agile. You slow down a bit, trying not to run into anything as you steal a glance behind you. He's really far behind, but hasn't given up the chase yet. However, something else catches your attention as the jet noises get louder. You can feel the blood drain from your face as you see a pair of drones coming in fast. You double down and pick up the pace, but it's already too late. One picks you up from behind, and all the flailing in the world won't loosen its grip now. You look down in despair at the ground that's growing more and more distant. It's hard to see from here, but you think he looks upset. Well, shit. You really should have tried to listen to him. This must be some kind of crazy karma. The thing that finally kills you on this insane backwards-ass planet is just not acting like a good friend.
Well.
It's like, well, that's a bummer. He's gonna die.
Got.
Yep.
Fired.
On to the next one. Keep your cool. You stay put. Clench your butt. Give him a light smile and wave. Maybe he's also excited about meeting a potential new friend and wants to come give you a hug. You like hugs. Are we running now? You open your arms welcomingly, but instead of joining you in a friendly embrace, he shoves his palms roughly into your chest, sending you flying back into a nearby bush. Okay, rude. Technically not the worst someone's treated you, since you crash landed on this crazy society of bloodthirsty monsters. And also hot dog enthusiasts? Sure. Or just infant eaters. You start to get up, but he shoves you back down and shushes you, looking behind himself and up into the sky cautiously. You kind of start to take the hint and nestle yourself inside the bush. It's pointy and not too pleasant to sit in, only slightly better than the time you got flung into one of these things by a car. It's prickling all over your arms, and it feels like there's a branch jabbing you in the gut. But when you hear the drones passing by, catching glimpses of metal shining between the leaves, you think this really isn't a bad place to be in at all. Rough and cramped? No way. It's cozy. Oh, hello. All joking aside, you're more than happy that this guy is willing to help pull you out of this prickly patch once the drones are gone.
Oh.
Go for it. Oh yeah, you're right. I like the instrumentation. It's feel new.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Offers chord. That's nice. Oh. Ooh. Saucy.
Strongly. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye, music. See you soon.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh.
Don't make it too dorky, I swear to God. Don't make it incomprehensibly, like, dorky.
Okay, I gotta experiment, because I don't know.
Alright, we can cut if you need to.
You dummy.
Oh. Sorry for the rough treatment.
That's a bit too much, I think.
Sorry for the rough treatment.
Sorry, I was here. Sorry for the rough treatment. Sorry. Maybe add more voice to it and less fucking snot.
Sorry for the rough treatment.
I think that's good.
It's so Dudley.
I think it works. Alright, here we go.
Sorry for the rough treatment. I just had to think fast, you know?
It's just Jade.
Yeah.
You nod and tell him that you understand as you pick some thorns out and dust yourself off. He really is decked out like a hero, so you come to the conclusion that he was trying to save your hide. He rubs the back of his head and looks away, almost like he's embarrassed.
Actually, I don't normally do the whole rescuing thing on my own usually.
So bad.
Our partner is really strong and cool,
Is it the purple blood?
but he's busy right now. So I had to act on my own this time. So if you see him by any chance, don't tell him about this, okay? He'll get upset with me.
He's so dorky. The worst voice ever. Scouts honor you, tell him. Who goes around snitching on superheroes anyway? Clark Kent would never snitch on Superman, so you won't either. You're not sure why his partner wouldn't want him jacked on his own, but you're really grateful he did this time.
Thanks. I'm happy to be of service.
Jesus Christ.
This world could use more kindness after all, couldn't it?
It's so bad. God. I still think you should add a little bit more voice. And less snot. Your mucusy ass.
No, it's good.
Do you have allergies? You can't argue there. It seems like everyone's at each other's throat a lot on this planet. And quite frankly, it can be exhausting sometimes. Correction, all the time. Why back on your planet? Even if you even if you did have beef with someone, you had to at least pretend to be civilized about it. Or well, you suppose you didn't have to be civilized, but there were usually at least some repercussions for random acts of violence. You look back at the guy and realize you seem to have dazed him.
You're an alien.
You nod, a bit blank-faced. You've gotten used to people assuming that, although you suppose sometimes trolls mistook you for a malformed local. You explain about having crash land here a while ago, and about the quest for friendship you've been on since then.
Oh, I get it. You're the kind that comes in peace.
Yes.
If you were some kind of evil alien invader...
He strikes a dramatic pose as his cape flaps in the wind. Wind that conveniently popped up for his pose, you guess. Maybe he's just good at timing, that sort of thing.
I would have to vanquish you! Or at least try to stop you.
Before you can ponder on the wind too long, you're snapped out of your thoughts by his reaction. Of course you come in peace. No hostility here. You're just your friendly neighborhood space tourist looking for companionship wherever you go. You tell him about all the lovely friends you've already made so far. I imagine any movies made about aliens coming in peace are like contraband and like super illegal.
Keeping them.
Like you cannot, you know, make a movie advertising, you know, co-species relationships or whatever. You tell him about all the lovely friends you've already made so far, and how good you've been at being a generally peaceful, law-abiding visitor. You make a point to leave out the times when you attacked people, stole paintings and cars, stowed away on trains. He doesn't need to know any of that. He nods and seems pleased with your stories.
If that's the case, then of course you have no need to worry. For I, the great defender of justice, will keep you safe.
That's a long tooth.
It's nice to meet you, citizen.
I feel like it's too dorky still. I'm imagining this is absolutely not what he sounds like in the slightest. Like, not even close.
So?
He laughs while you shake his hand, but he looks away suddenly as that familiar rumbling sound draws closer.
Shit, they're coming back. Come on, I live nearby. You can hide out at my place. You have to keep the location a secret though. I'm trusting you on this.
Aren't you a hero? Let's just beat him up.
Beat up the drones, of course.
You stand tall and puff out your chest. Oh, this is why his friend probably doesn't want him to do things on his own.
Oh
See,
boy.
he'll be like, yeah, and then
Dying time. Let's go. Let's do it.
I hope so. Anyone who's bold enough to kill off their character.
Please God.
Come on, you tell him. What chance do they face against an awesome hero like him? You guys could totally take them. Totally. He winces and draws away though. Yeah, I don't blame him.
What? Are you crazy? I don't know how you could have lasted on this planet for even a night without finding out that drones are seriously bad news. It's better to run away.
What? Surely being a hero. He must have some amazing powers that would make busting up a few drones a piece of cake. Come on, you've read enough comics to know how this works. Don't actually have powers. You've seen a gold blood knock them out cold. Matilda. So since he's a higher caste than that, he's gotta be even more powerful. They won't stand a chance. He'll completely shred them.
Look, I love saving people. Really passionate about it. But actually I don't have powers like that, and I'd get in a ton of trouble if I tried to start stuff with one of those. I'd get in even worse trouble if my partner saw me trying something that crazy.
Some Superman he turned out to be. No powers. And he can't even do anything without his partner's permission. Oh. Mixture of shock, hurt, and anger flashes across his face. Yeah, what an asshole we are.
You don't get it, do you? They're dangerous. They would kill us both. Please, look. There's really no use fighting them. Even if we somehow beat them, they just get replaced right away anyway. Please just come to my hive. You'll at least be safe there. But not if we don't hurry.
He glances at the drone's direction, then looks at you again.
Come on!
You waver for only a moment, but stand back tall again. This is important, you tell him. Oh my god. Why are we like doubling down on this? Alternia seems really messed up, but it'd at least be a little messed up with these tin cans gone. A little less messed up. Well, we're not gonna get rid of them just by like fighting this one or two.
Yeah.
You think it's worth the risk, just to stand up and let them know that you won't take this lying down, Lemon Simulator. He looks upset, then starts to object again, but he realizes the drones are coming in fast. You both do. He looks to you, a brief look of pleading across his face before he turns his head down in sorrow.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna run away.
I just can't get involved with this.
He gives you a pained look before returning his gaze to the ground. As he turns and runs off, you wonder if he's crying. Maybe you really should have listened to him. You shake your head and turn to face the drones head on. You've helped out with dangerous situations before, and this really is important. You'll take out these drones, then try to catch up with him. Show him that it's really okay. You can do this. As they zoom in closer, you brace yourself. You launch forward and wrap your arms around one of their necks. Okay. You kick off the side and try to flip yourself to the other side. Maybe you can disarm it from there? You only get halfway up on his shoulder though, and the two of them seem highly unamused. The one you didn't tackle plucks you off and goes flying into the wild black yonder. You ask it sarcastically. Don't suppose it's whisking you off to Neverland? Yeah, you suppose you never did practice any superhero quips for moments like this? Actually, you never practiced being a superhero at all. You're not even remotely prepared for this. You soaked up too much bravado from being around an actual hero. What were you thinking? Dumbass.
He's stupid.
Neatly. Moving on. Well, there's a little symbol on the back of his newt. We do it again. Alright, sure thing, lead the way. You tell him that sounds like a great idea, and that your lips are sealed. Lead the way, hero. But you don't go darting off. He crouches down into an alleyway and indicates that you should be quiet and follow him. Oh, I like that little poster there. Is it about soda?
Looks like it.
The two of you duck behind garbage cans and stairwells as you make your way by. It's sort of slow going, but exciting at the same time, like in a spy movie trying to avoid the spotlights. You can't help but get swept in the feeling of unrivaled stealth as you follow his lead. He's being extremely careful the entire way. He seems to know every back alley and secret shortcut with the back of his hand. He must be really worried about you getting culled for some reason if he's taking you all the way out to these odd locations. Finally, he ducks out next to a door and waves for you to go inside as he surveys the area. Here we are. Oh, look at the TV. Big. Talking about something. Oh, probably like good organic stuff. It looks like maybe. Anyway. There is an emoji.
This thing.
Chemicals.
It's a graph.
Maybe it's, or it could talk about like GMOs.
Later, man.
Anyway, there, look right there, the picture. That's his partner right behind him.
Wow.
He follows you inside shortly after with a big smile and a cheer.
Mission complete.
Every time you talk. It's cute how serious he took an escort mission. He seems to really take this hero stuff seriously. I mean, it is pretty serious on this planet, even if he's just playing around.
Yeah.
You're tempted to pat his head and tell him that he did a good job, but maybe that'd be rude and ruin the mood. Don't want to upset a potential new friend, especially when they saved your bacon. Oh. Instead, you opt to share an impassioned fist bump with him. That was really awesome. In his excitement, the hero zooms around the hive. You take a moment to really get a good look of the place. It's huge. There's even this massive hollow tree next, growing all the way through the ceiling into the next floor.
The thing they say.
Yeah. Looks like that's how you get up there, actually. There's DVDs and comics scattered all over the place, sprawled over tables and couches. It's kind of messy. There he goes. As you walk around, you notice some photos and posters between the debris. The photos show him with another troll, taller than him, and looks like a purple blood? Oh dear. You wonder if this is the partner he mentioned before. He doesn't seem too violent, but then again, it's better not to judge a book by its cover. Yeah, you're one to talk fucking being like, oh dear, it's a purple blood. Well...
Despite making up only 13% of the population.
Oh my god. You shake off the thought, assuring yourself that he can't be too bad if he's friends with this hero. Oh, let's see here. You turn your attention to the posters on the wall. You seriously wonder how so many things on Alternia can look like troll ripoffs of Earth media. Oh! Again. Look, a kick in the air. What if Earth is actually ripping off Alternian media? Maybe some big-name Alternian brought this stuff from across space-time rift and influenced the course of human culture. Dun-dun, Condi. No, I'm joking. Nah, that would be absolutely beyond suspension of disbelief. In fact, if someone told you that's how human history was formed, you'd smile and nod, while walking away slowly and hope that whatever loony bin lost this guy was able to find them again soon. Finally, it seems like the Flash decided to take a break.
Well, sorry for that. That was quite the experience. Running from drones and saving you.
He's so excited.
So, you're really an alien for real?
Hate it.
You were just pulling my leg back there, were you?
Oh, a direct question. That at least pulls your attention away from the noise enough to nod at him. He jumps up excitedly and starts inspecting you. It's still sort of odd being considered an alien sometimes, even if it's true. It's so much easier to consider non-humans to be alien. Even if one such non-human is currently lifting your arms, poking you, patting your stomach to feel your squishy earth flesh, generally treating you like the non-human. You squirm, both because it's weird to be scrutinized like this, but also because he's tickling you, and you just can't help it.
You really are for real. I can't believe I got to help an alien.
That makes you a criminal.
I mean, since you're not one of the evil and real kinds, even some of the heroes in my comics are aliens. They're so amazing. Just so exciting. I hope we can do lots of great stuff together while you're here.
Can you please make it more comprehensible?
No.
No, please don't. We're losing subscribers.
No, we're not.
While you're here.
What subscribers?
Oh, you're right. While you're here. Right. The crash landing. It's been a while since that's been brought up. You wave it off, saying that you're sure the two of you will have plenty of time for whatever cool adventures he can conjure up.
Man, this is astounding. What kind of super awesome alien activities are you into anyway?
You shrug. Honestly, your life back on Earth was uneventful, or, well, uneventful compared to all the shenanigans you've been caught up with on Alternia anyway. What about him? What super awesome alien stuff is he into? He grins brightly.
Man, I'm into a lot of stuff. I don't know if they have this stuff on your planet, but I'm really into superheroes and movies and comics, and I like to watch them and read them while hanging out with my mate. It's always great when he's around. He's usually busy with work, but he's neat. I think you'd like him.
I wonder what his work is.
He's super at first aid, and he's the strongest and most marvelous partner a guy could ask for. Probably could have taken out those drones with one hand tied behind his back. Well, I mean, I don't think he would have, but he could if he wanted to. It's also hilarious. The best at making me laugh, and sometimes he turns me around on his shoulders and...
He stops himself and goes quiet for a minute. He rubs the back of his head and blushes, a light teal color, chuckling a bit to himself. You suppose he must really truly like this guy, but he feels self-conscious for having rambled about him. You clear your throat and try to change the subject. So hey, you tell him, you have comics on this planet too, huh? He brightens up at that.
Heck yeah. Actually, hey, wonder if you'd like the alien comics I have.
You start to point out that being an alien doesn't mean you automatically be interested in stories about aliens, but he's already scampered off. Surprisingly, instead of picking up one of the several comics scattered around, he seems to be digging around in a hiding spot. You wonder if he collects contraband comics. Yep, there he is. Maybe they'll look like rip-off human comics too, but... Wait, what? These are normal comics. Just, like, literally the comics they sell on Earth. Not even some kind of troll version.
Dun dun dun.
Whoa. The The characters don't have gray skin or horns or anything. You think you actually recognize some that you read when you read when you were younger. Weird. You start to ask him where the hell he even got these from, but before you can, he's already chittering on excitedly about them.
These comics are really different from the kind they normally sell here. They're fascinating, and the world itself is so strange. Like, the reason they help out is different than in Alternian comics. It looks like the government itself works totally differently. I don't quite understand it sometimes, but I find it really interesting.
He has a troll Deadpool up there, but then there's like a Deadpool comic over here.
Well, yeah, there's bad guys and bad things happen, but not counting that, it actually really seems peaceful.
I like how he put it up crooked. Anyway.
Oh,
Dylan!
Oh.
Do you get like muted for talking too much about things all the time? Because you keep stopping yourself. Don't worry, I understand. I understand what that's like.
And you were dumb.
Isn't that right, Dylan?
You were fucking reading.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was reading. He lowers the book down a bit, looking embarrassed again.
I'm sorry. That's silly, I guess, isn't it?
Oh, you're probably treated like a baby, too. Oh.
He is a baby, look at him.
I know, but like... you know.
He gets piggyback rides.
Leave him alone. You shake your head. No, you get what he's talking about. And you don't think it's silly at all.
Sorry if I'm boring you with this.
Yeah, as I expected. He probably gets told that he's like, you know, it's like he bores people and like he's a baby kid and gets treated like he's a childish little baby. That's what I'm imagining. Anyway.
You probably wanted to see Wonderful Heroes, and I started carrying on about random political stuff. I'm curious about your world, but I can wait. You probably want to do something more fun right now, right?
I don't actually have anything in mind to do, but looking around on the posters and hero thing, you do have some questions of your own you'd like to ask him.
Oh.
Are you sure you can be the hero you want to be? That's the new one. Do that one. You ask him if he's sure he can really be a hero, like the kind in the space comics. It seems like it'd be difficult with all the absurd caste rules, everybody murdering each other left and right, and this isn't exactly Earth. The laws are totally different.
What?
Not to mention, outside of the costume, he doesn't really look much like a hero. He's not strong or tall at all. He's actually somewhat childish. God damn it, this is literally what I said not to do. Now that you stop to think about it, you worry about him going out playing hero in a world as dangerous as this, but it's normal to worry about friends. This is... Oh! You try to convey this in the most sensible way you can, but he still looks hurt and upset.
Of course I can. I'll show you. I can prove it to you.
You try to settle him down. Tell him that there's really no need to. The last thing you'd want is for him to run out and get himself hurt. We're just making it worse. We're like, no, don't prove it. I don't believe you. Let's see here. That just makes him more upset though. Yeah. Then he grabs you by the arm and runs outside. Oh boy, is he gonna fight a drone for real this time? He's so caught up in his emotions that he totally ignores the drones. The two of you dash past, barely missing them. You keep trying to tell him that, no, you totally believe him. It's okay. Let's just go back to the nice, safe hive. Really, you truly do believe him. He doesn't need to prove anything at all. Don't you bitch. However, despite your pleas, he keeps ignoring you like a stubborn child until the two of you stumble across something. Oh, there's Triza. Guess it takes place during a Triza time. Oh, yeah. Alright, I don't know what that says. There's a dark alley. Oh, there's graffiti too. Anyway. That looks like it could use a bit more upkeep. To be quite frank, looks menacing. Although that could just be your fears creeping up on you. Then again, it's literally something right out of a comic book. You could see a hero chasing a bad guy down this way. As if to confirm how sinister this area is, an alarmed voice suddenly comes from down the alley, and the hero makes a head-first dash towards the sound.
More Wolverine.
Yep. Turns out that it's a rust being attacked by a rather nasty-looking cerulean, armed to the teeth with short V-shaped horns. Blue troll, of course. Of course it had to be a blue troll. My control time.
Don't worry. I'll protect the victim and show you just how much of a hero I can be.
You try to reason with him. Maybe it's your highly biased fear of the Blue Bloods, or because you really, really don't want to see your new friend cold just from some poor choice words on your part. From poor word choices on your part. But they are trying really hard to make him see, but you're trying really hard to make him see reason. It doesn't really work though. He pushes you back with a demanding expression.
Head back there. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
He gives you a thumbs up and you reluctantly hide behind the trash can. All you can really do at this point is watch. He won't listen to reason. Yep, you really newed it up. It would be amazing if he could actually do it. Both the trolls stop what they're doing when he approaches.
Oh.
Nice job. I guess I'll do this one. No fucking way! You again! Oh. Oh.
Again.
I'm gonna have to change the voice for this character if it's an actual character later. The cerulean laughs mockingly, and the hero tenses up, as if he suddenly recognized him. Still, he stands his ground. Ain't that a bite? Little wiggler all alone. Where's your Moira or Matesprit, or whatever fancy thing you call them? You see the High Blood mockingly attempt to say some of the fancy names mentioned before.
Never mind.
Oh wait. What?
I think that's still him, I think. Go ahead.
Never mind that. You shouldn't be attacking trolls that haven't done anything wrong.
What? Piss off. I got business to do here, bucko. His laughter gets cut short, however, once the both of them realize that the low blood used the distraction to run away. Fuck! High Blood cries out before pushing him. He nicks him with the razor he has in his hand, causing the hero to stumble and fall down, bleeding from the side of his stomach.
Epic.
That's what you get when you're always aching for a break-in, Cherul. Fucking nuisance. Only useful as a punching bag. You're pretty lucky I don't want any fucking trouble with your quadrantimate. Or this little game of yours would have ended a long time ago. Just as quickly as it started, it's over, and the High Blood stomps away in a huff. Scramble up to the teal hero. You're worried about him. That really look like it hurt. He doesn't say anything though. He's trying to fight back the tears that are streaming down his face. After a moment of silence though, he starts talking in a defeated tone.
You're right. I should stop being such a regular and concentrate on what's real.
I imagine he's passionate enough about it that like he gets in these slumps and then he just like can't quite get himself to stop because he's too passionate about it.
Do you think I would be able to get out of that situation alone if there was another dude? But it was him again. What do you think would have happened if my partner wasn't a High Blood?
Ew. Stop. You're so nutty.
I really am going to get myself killed.
Oh no, his spirit is completely crushed. You didn't mean for this to happen. Yeah, you dumbass. You were worried about him, that's all. You guilt yourself a bit. You wouldn't have rushed off straight in the face of danger if you hadn't questioned his heroics. You need to nurture it. Train him to be good, not tell him he's a nut. He was so careful when he was rescuing you, but he suddenly got really brash when he felt he needed to prove himself. Yep. You think maybe you should just... They do a very nice job of the characterization, I think. Like, they do it... The writers here did very well on it. I'm just saying.
You always do it.
You think maybe you should just get him to watch an inspiring action flick. Because those always get people into higher spirits. Before you can suggest it, though, he stands up and wipes his face. He turns to you with an emptiness in his eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to protect you. I don't know why I ever thought I could. I might just make things worse for you in the process. But it sounds like you have a lot of allies, so you should really stick with them. Good luck out there. Sigh. I'm gonna go home and wait for my mate. See you around, man.
Just as useless as before, all you can do is watch as he walks home in defeat. At least you can hope that his partner can cheer him up. What a baby. Oh, a little tiny baby. Baby Fab.
Dongly.
Baby. Okay.
Well,
Time for the next one.
Alright.
Why do you want to be a hero anyway? You ask him what exactly makes him want to be a hero. You support where he's coming from with all this, but why exactly? Alternia is a very, very rough place from what you've seen. It seems like it would be really hard to change it based on the experiences you've had around the place. You're trying not to be too harsh with your words, but all in all, the conditions really suck. He seems to smile a thoughtful smile, and nods a bit before answering.
it's just... I want to be someone who can make a change, or maybe be able to inspire other people to change too.
Yes.
I want to make my Luscious and my partner proud of me, be able to show that this sort of thing is possible, but it has to start somewhere. And hey, I may not look like much, but big things can come from small packages, haha.
Yeah! You get it. You nod. You've seen some surprising things come from unexpected places, and you're not that big and intimidating yourself, but you've managed to make a change in some of the people you've met since arriving. You're certain he can make a difference. He grins brightly.
Yeah, everybody can make a change, and it's a change I'd love to see. It sounds like it would be amazing. Sometimes I can't sleep just thinking about it.
I get that.
A world where everyone gets along, not killing each other, just for the heck of it. Even people that are different, people from different castes, working together without hating each other.
You start to point out that it's not so simple on Earth, but decide against it. He's probably been reading idealized books, and even on Earth, it's the kind of thing that makes you want to see a more peaceful world.
Violence is used when it's really necessary, like when there's a truly evil villain on the loose. The good guys always protect the innocent.
Yep.
But everyone was judged equally, not based on some abstract caste system. You get to just be yourself. Haha.
His smile faltered slightly, like a weight has just pushed onto him.
Maybe I'm just too influenced about those comics, since I'm aware of the system. Our system, it's no new thing. Still. A world where you can be however you want and not get judged harshly. Just because people think you should be a certain way, because of how you were born. Ha ha ha. I care about justice, but I'm really not interested in being a legislator, at least for now, you know. I know it's something I have to do, but I don't put much effort into it.
I don't blame you.
Other tales have talked about me too, about this. Even if I did take
Oh my god, please stop fucking like it. You can't even read.
Who would want to hire a freak in a costume? Haha.
Well, if you want to be a legislator, you do gotta kind of dress for the part.
Oh.
Ouch. Sounds to you like they were just being mean. What's it matter if you like dressing up like a hero? You could out-lawyer them regardless of that. He only seems to get sadder that you could make like a reputation for yourself as like a weird costumed legislator. Anyway.
But I'm out trying to help lure ones. Sometimes they'll try to take advantage of the fact that I'm a higher caste to help themselves out. There's no I don't want to hurt anyone, and I'm always willing to help out. Other chills don't take me seriously for taking on those sorts of causes though, so I have to hide some when they're around.
Please, let's not. Sometimes I can't even tell what you're saying.
Just read the screen.
I am reading the screen, but like, come on.
Eat a whole new...
Go ahead.
The higher castes normally laugh at me and warn me that I'm gonna get cold one day, and you know that, I admit it, that really sucks, and I can't really ignore it. It would be amazing if something could change. I honestly get really depressed from all that shit. It would be difficult to stick to my dreams if my partner wasn't around.
Yeah, I get that. The hero gazes up, still sad, but with glistening eyes.
I can't tell you how many times I would have stopped all the childish dreams. Every time I failed, every time something went wrong. But he always believes in me. He supports me no matter what.
That sounds like a good one, girl.
It's something really outstanding. Sorry again. I'm talking too much about all that. It's just that I really admire and appreciate him.
He was tearing up some, but he's smiling now. You tell him that he's not talking too much about it. It's good to talk to a friend about that sort of stuff. All that sounds really hard, and Alternia is a really scary place to have such bold dreams. But if his partner believes in him, he should believe in himself too. Yeah! The two of them sound like they make a really amazing team who's capable of doing a lot of good in the world. The hero starts to calm down and wipes his face.
He's vibrating.
He is.
And he's calmed down.
I start to wonder if maybe I should tell him about the rebellion. But suddenly his palm husk starts vibrating. About the rebellion.
Ooh.
The rebellion that is happening, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Right now.
Yeah. Suddenly his palm husk starts vibrating, knocking the two of you out of the emotional moment for a second. He looks over the message and sighs.
Well, that sucks. My partner was gonna be late because some crazy shit happened. 1 sec. Let me reply to this.
You give him a nod and wait patiently as he types out his response. Once he's done, he puts the phone away and looks back to you with a humble smile.
You're pretty unusual, or at least a lot different than most trolls I know. I guess it's because you're an alien. I mean, in a good way, obviously. Well, I like your differences. You're like the nice ones from my comics. I appreciate you listening to me.
The two of you smile at each other awkwardly and are quiet for a few calm moments before he speaks up again.
Well, bud, you wanna hang around and watch some movies while we wait for my comrade to come home? Oh, hey, us big buds, I guess it's okay to tell you. My name's Cherul, by the way.
Yeah, we just now learned his name.
Yep.
Friend, he called you buddy, and even told you his secret identity. And you're having a movie night. Hell yes. Not to mention, those drones are still roaming around, so it sounds like a good idea to you. Yay!
Oh,
Yay! The end.
One night.
We did it! This one was shorter.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun though. It was a cute little baby. I really do like the way they personify their characters. So I think they did an excellent job there. The narration is pretty good. I like the characters the most.
This is Marvel, by the way.
Sweet.
Stongly.
Here, Dongly. We are done. Woo! Woo!
What this bag says.
Can't wait to draw these fuckers later. I don't know if it says anything. It looks like some of those lines are just nacho outlines.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Anyway.
Dong.
Alright, adios.
Dongly bong.
But bam! We did them all, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, bye!
Goodbye.
But
Hello.